Welcome to the Empowered Life Podcast, where we explore the secrets to successful entrepreneurship. I am your host, Alice McFarlane, master coach, speaker, trainer, network marketing entrepreneur, and human design fanatic with a true passion for empowering others to tap into their confidence, superpowers, and their purpose. On this podcast, I'm all about cutting through the fluff and BS and getting straight to the heart of what really matters, achieving your goals, and living the life of your dreams. So, whether you are an entrepreneur, a goal-getter, or someone on the way to becoming the best version of yourself, we have got you covered. I'm so excited to have you here. Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode. So in today's episode, I want to talk to you about one word at a time. Okay, and what do I mean about one word at a time? Basically, I want to know, are you someone who sets yourself New Year's resolutions? Now, I used to set myself New Year's resolutions, and I wouldn't stay on track. I wouldn't set up those habits that I needed to be successful at those New Year's resolutions, and they were never successful. Okay, they were never successful. However, now I have found myself a better process and it works for me. So maybe it'll work for you. So basically what I do is I set myself words for the week. Okay. So I set myself words, and I actually set myself words for the entire year. So I set myself words. So what do I mean by that? And let me dive in a little bit deeper and unpack this a little bit. Is basically, I had myself 3 words for last year, okay? I had set myself the words empower, gratitude, and vitality. And I'll tell you what these words mean to me, because the words that you're going to choose for yourself are going to be words that mean something to you. And what they mean to you might be completely different to what they mean to me or to somebody else, okay? And you get to choose the meaning of these words, and you get to choose the power of these words and what they mean to you, okay? So, what I do is basically, I'm at this point of time right now. So we're in December, and I'm doing this kind of reflecting, on the past year, on how I showed up in 2023, and I'm kind of, setting my intentions for next year, and thinking about what words do I want to bring with me for next year, because what the words mean to me is, how do I want to show up for myself for next year? How did I show up for myself for 2023? That's what those words mean for me. And I use these words to help keep me on track. All right. To help keep me on track. So every Sunday night, if you've listened to the podcast for a while, you probably know, or if you've been to any of my, trainings or things like that, you probably know that every Sunday night, I actually go into my office and I literally, have a bit of a reflection time on what has happened the previous week, and also, what is going to happen in my coming week. And I use that time to just kind of have a bit of reflection time, and I use my words. Okay. I use my words and I go back and go, how did I show up last week? What did I learn from last week? And I'll give you an example. So what are my words? What do my words mean to me? So the words that I've set for 2023 are empower. Okay. Empower. I want to know that I'm empowering myself. Okay. Did I show up last week empowering myself? Did I show up empowering myself to overcome my own limiting beliefs, to overcome any fear that's holding me back? Did I empower others around me? Did I, empower others, within my team to, live their dream a little bit bigger, to push and expand their comfort zone a little bit, to, go and look for their own answers, things like that. And I'm also raising 3 male humans. Okay. Did I empower them? Did I do everything for them, or did I empower them to believe that they can, achieve their dreams and do all the things? And, yes, some are little and some are big, but, did I empower them in a way? And I use that time to just reflect on that previous week, look at my learnings, and kind of reflect on how I can show up the following week empowering, maybe better, or improve on that, or what did I do really well in empowering others? And I just use that time as a reflection. So that's kind of what the word empower means to me. Okay. A different, meaning might, pop up for you, and that's totally okay. And so my next word, gratitude. Did I show up, experiencing gratitude? Did I show people gratitude last week? Did I feel gratitude? Was I actually grateful for everything, for the opportunities that were presented to me? Was I grateful for any learnings that I was presented? So, sometimes we focus on things that maybe didn't go to plan, or maybe we didn't do, as effectively as we wanted to, or, we had to completely, step backwards and change the plan completely, or cancel the plans, or whatever it might be. But what were the learnings from that? And was I grateful for those learnings that I was able to experience? Okay. So I wanted to show up in this 2023 year with gratitude for every experience that I have, every learning, every success, everything. Okay. So that's what gratitude means to me. So that was like a key word for me for 2023. And I would reflect on that every single Sunday night. And to be honest, I actually brought in a lot of other things to help me experience gratitude on a deeper level. Okay. I have, I do things like a gratitude journal every night. And there might be days where I miss, and that's totally okay. But there's things like where, to the level of extent that I do my journal, it's whether or not I, just answer myself 3 questions, or whether or not I dive in deeper and, journal pages and pages. Okay. But I do have that kind of experience and go, did I show up? Did I experience gratitude last week? And how could I improve on that in my coming week? And then my last word for the year was vitality. Okay. So again, vitality to me means, for me to achieve my goals, for me to work towards my 10 out of 10 life, my 10 out of 10 business, for me to be able to be the best mum that I can be, for me to be able to run, several successful businesses, to, live a healthy life. For me, I need to be, experiencing vitality. Okay. Vitality on a daily basis, basically, because I need that vitality. I need that abundance of energy. I need that kind of, vitality boost in my step so that I can show up like that. So, vitality was also for me, like, not necessarily always just the food that I'm putting in, or the nutrition, or the exercises and things like that. Okay, now that is very important. However, it was also like, who am I hanging around? Okay, are these people the people that I need to be hanging around? Who are my top five? Also, like, what am I listening to? What is going in, what am I listening to? What's going inside my head, whether or not it's playing in the background, or whether or not it's the podcast that I'm listening to, or trainings that I'm listening to. It's all those things. So vitality for me wasn't just necessarily like health goals. It was also just like, literally, am I showing up to make sure that I am being able to feel that vitality, that kind of abundance, that energy, that, all of those things was vitality. That's how I showed up with that word. So I would use that word to reflect on that previous week and go, what were my learnings from the week? Did I show up with vitality? What could I have done differently to experience more vitality? And it could be even things like, did I need to have and schedule in my time, some downtime, some self-care? Did I need to maybe make sure that, my sleep was a priority for myself? So all of these things under that banner of that one word kind of had this huge impact on my life on vitality. And then even like next week, looking for the week ahead and going, I have a busy week ahead. It's important to me to make sure that I'm, doing the right nutrition, that I'm getting the accurate sleep, the perfect sleep for myself, that I'm taking that self-care, that I'm doing my gratitude journal. All of these little things encompass that word vitality. So, why am I telling you all this? Because it's this time of year now that I'm reflecting on my year's words, and I'm also thinking about the words that I want to bring into 2024. Okay, so rather than setting myself a New Year's resolution, which there's nothing wrong with that if you do set that. However, I'm focusing more on, the one word at a time, looking at it as a weekly word approach, so that then each week I can sit down and reflect on the previous week, look at the next week, and then kind of make sure that I'm really, you know, living these words. I'm living these words. I'm encompassing these words, and that's my focus. That's my why. That's how I want to show up. So yes, I am in that time where I actually really, really love these words. These words have worked really well for me. So I am at that point of like, do I want to change these words? Do I want to, these words are really working well for me, or do I want to change something? So that's where I'm at. So I want you to ask yourself, how do you want to show up for 2024? What are some words that if you reflected on them, are going to help you, keep on track? So I'm not beating myself up. If I didn't show up 100% last week with vitality, there's maybe been some Christmas parties where I haven't made fabulous healthy choices, or I haven't received as much sleep, and I know that it's affecting my vitality. However, I'm not beating myself up. I'm just looking at the learnings, looking at how I can possibly be better moving forward for this week to experience more vitality, but I'm not beating myself up. So I feel like this is also a really healthy approach to setting your intentions for the year. But have a think. What are the words? What do you feel that words that are going to best motivate you, best keep you on track, are things that you possibly need to work on, things that you possibly need to, experience for yourself? Like another example was the year before, I can't remember all my words, but I know that I had the word boundaries for a couple of years, because I needed to work on boundaries. I needed to work on when I was making myself available, the things that I was putting in my ideal week and how I was planning my week to make sure that I was actually aligning to my values, and I was putting the things that were most important to me first, for example, my family, and not fitting them in where there was gaps. Okay. However, I feel like I've got a good control of boundaries. So do I still enforce boundaries? Do I still think boundaries are important to me? Yes. However, it's not the word that I need to have right now. For me, it's not the word that I need to have right now that I need to kind of reflect on each week to kind of have that at top of mind. So anyway, have a think. What are your words? How do you want to show up for 2024? What are the words that are going to help you stay aligned to your goals, that are going to help you stay on track, that are going to help you keep focused? What are your words? I would love to know, because now is the time to reflect on 2023 and to also set those intentions to where you are going and how you want to show up for 2024. All right. Thanks everyone for listening. Talk soon. And that brings us to the end of another episode for the Empowerment Life podcast. I hope that today's episode has left you feeling inspired, motivated, or maybe it has just given you something to think about. A big thank you as well to all of our amazing listeners for being a part of our empowering community. I truly appreciate your support, your feedback, and also the dedication you have to your own personal development. And don't forget, if you have any questions, suggestions, or topics that you would like me to cover in future episodes, or you would like to work further with me, I would love to hear from you. We will have all the information on how to get in contact with me in the show notes. So, until next time, keep empowering yourself, because the only person who can truly unleash your potential is you.